Imagine waiting for someone who never came back. A ship disappears. 211 people gone. Days turn to years, and still nothing is found. Just water, endless water. A ship the ocean refused to return that was barely a year. More than 114 years later, the SS Waratah is still missing. Condition of the ship. Despite being new, there were early concerns raised about the Waratah's stability. Some reports suggested the ship had a tendency to roll heavily, especially when carrying dense cargo. On her final voyage, she was loaded with heavy materials, including lead concentrate. If improperly balanced, such cargo could affect how the ship handled rough seas. The ship, the SS Waratah, was built in 1908 by Barclay, Coral and Company in Glasgow, Scotland. She was a steel-hulled passenger and cargo liner, approximately 140 meters long, designed to carry over 300 passengers along with heavy freight. The ship operated under the Blue Anchor Line, running routes between England, Australia, and South Africa. She was not an experimental vessel. She was built for regular, demanding ocean travel. Command and others. The ship was under the command of Captain Joshua Edward Ilbery, a veteran mariner with years of experience navigating long ocean routes. His record showed competence and discipline, nothing to suggest poor judgment or inexperience. Crew and passengers on board. Senior officers: Edward John McCarthy, George Frederick Roach, James Fox. Engineers: deck officers, firemen, stewards, wireless operators. Some identified names were William H. Hill, Thomas Harding, Robert Clark. Prominent passengers on final voyage: business/professional passengers. Charles H. Black, business traveler. George William Croft, merchant. Henry Gould, trade passenger. Arthur Webster, commercial traveler. These were typical passengers traveling between empire trade routes. Families on board as well: Mrs. Annie Rebun, Mr. George Rebun, Miss Mary Rebun. Entire families were traveling. Total crew plus passengers equals 211 people. Last sighting. The Waratah was last sighted on the evening of July 27, 1909, by another vessel called the Clan McIntyre. Reported seeing her by Captain W. H. Drew. Exact location: off the coast of South Africa, near the Wild Coast, between Durban, Cape Town. More specifically, near the mouth of the Bahi River, in the Indian Ocean. That coastline is notorious for sudden storms. Strong Agulhas current. Rogue waves common, violent storms. Fast ocean currents, sudden fog banks. Large rogue waves. And is one of Africa's most dangerous maritime zones. The disappearance. After that sighting, its light at a distance. In the morning, the Waratah was never seen again. She failed to arrive in Cape Town. No wireless distress signal was received. No lifeboats were found. No wreckage was confirmed. For a vessel of her size, this level of disappearance is extremely rare. Search operations. Search efforts began when the ship was declared missing by Blue Anchor Line, owner of SS Waratah. When they noticed no arrival at Cape Town, no communication, no sighting report. This was unusual because ships normally reported arrival. Ports recorded incoming vessels by. Multiple vessels were sent along her expected route, scanning the coastline and surrounding waters. Given the ocean currents in that region, debris would normally surface and drift, but nothing was recovered. First search operations, immediate response. Tugboat T, Fuller ship, sent by Local authorities off South African coast. Date, August 1, 1909. They went in search of Waratah, but severe weather forced it to turn back before completing the search. Followed by Royal Navy search in 1909, the government-level search. They deployed warships, HMS Hermes, HMS Forte, HMS Pandora. These naval ships searched the last known route. HMS Hermes encountered extremely powerful waves. The ship was damaged and had to return to dock. This shows the sea conditions were dangerous even for warships as well. Body search after possible sightings. Ship sent was Harriescombe rescue tug. Purpose was to search for bodies reported floating at sea. Objects were found, but they turned out to be whale remains, not victims. And company-funded search. The Blue Anchor Line, owner of SS Waratah, funded major search. Chartered SS Sabine, Union Castle cargo ship. Searchlights installed. Elevated crow's nests for spotting. 24-hour search operation. Covered 14,000 nautical miles, which the search lasted for 8 weeks. Yet nothing was found. Then family-funded search. Families refused to give up. Created organization. The Melbourne Search Committee, formed by relatives of passengers from Australia. They raised funds themselves. Chartered ship Wakefield. In 4-month expedition, searched southern Indian Ocean. Landed crews on remote islands, even searched Kerguelen Islands. Result: no survivors. No wreckage found. Modern searchers, 1980s, present. Emlyn Brown, which spent 22 years searching, expeditions. 1983, 1989, 1991, 1995, 1997. Sonar located wreck. Later confirmed not Waratah, but Clive Cussler. Organization, like Numa. Search, multiple expeditions. Partnered with Emlyn Brown. Used sonar and deep-sea scanning. Still no confirmed discovery. Full search timeline. 1909. Tug T.E. Fuller. Royal Navy ships. Harriescombe rescue search. 1909. Later. Blue Anchor Line. SS Sabine expedition. 1910. Melbourne Search Committee. SS Wakefield. 1983 to 2004. Emlyn Brown expeditions. 1990s, 2000s. Clive Cussler plus Numa. All nothing the ocean could give back. Kept it secret. Reported concerns before loss. There were accounts of at least one passenger expressing concern before the journey continued, though not formally recorded as evidence. Such reports contributed to later speculation about the ship's condition. Still, no official warning had been issued prior to departure. Passenger who warned about ship instability. Most important passenger, very rare detail, was Claude George Sawyer, civil engineer who previously sailed on Waratah. Reported ship rolling heavily. Felt vessel top heavy and unstable. Told friends he believed ship unsafe. Sawyer got off the ship before final voyage. He survived. His warning became key historical evidence. Possible causes by presumptions. Several explanations have been proposed. One theory suggests that a sudden shift in cargo caused the ship to capsize. Another points to extreme sea conditions along the South African coast, where rogue waves have been recorded. Structural failure has also been considered. However, without physical evidence, none of these theories can be confirmed. Even with the long-term search, efforts to locate the wreck which continued for over 114 years till now. Expeditions were funded. Areas were surveyed, but no confirmed wreck site has ever been identified. The Waratah remains one of the few large passenger ships whose final location is still unknown, and oceans refuse to give a clue. Respond. Historical significance. The disappearance of the Waratah stands out not because ships never sink, but because this one left no clear trace. In maritime history, most disasters leave evidence, signals, debris, survivors. The Waratah left none. A modern ship for its time. A known route. 211 people on board. And still no confirmed explanation. The SS Waratah remains one of the most unresolved maritime losses in history. What a mystery. Vanished.